Okay, so Poland were playing Saudi Arabia in the second game today at the Qatar World Cup. Must-win game for both sides. Saudi Arabia win, they're through to the next round. Poland win, they keep themselves alive. And I think 4 points will be enough to get out of this group, because if Mexico pull off a win against Argentina, Argentina are out. So the next game in this group is crucial. Now, Poland have won the game 2-0. I think they were fortunate to be 1-0 up at half time. I think as the game wore on, though, the Saudis became more desperate. The Polish defence was desperate at times. Szczesny has had an outstanding game in goal. He has not conceded a goal yet, and the double save off the penalty and the rebound at the end of the first half has proven, I think, the turning point, the crucial moment. But the Saudi Arabian team, straight out the blocks, they carried on how they finished against Argentina. Poland couldn't deal with them. The amount of bookings the Polish team picked up in the first half shows the amount of pressure the Saudis put them under. And with their only good attack of the first half, Poland score, and it's through Piotr Zelenski. Fantastic finish. But that was their bright spark in the first half, because the Saudis were all over them. They were pressuring them in midfield. Their passing and movement was outdoing them. The Poles looked shell-shocked. They did not know how to cope with the pressure the Saudi Arabian team was putting them under. And this performance by Saudi Arabia, even in defeat, shows that victory against Argentina wasn't actually a shock. This Saudi team can play. And if it wasn't for Szczesny in the Polish goal, Saudi could have won this game handily. Great saves in both the first and the second half. Second half, however, and I know we've talked about Zelenski's goal, we can talk about the penalty decision and then the double save. Poland hit the bar in the post, so Poland could have had a bigger score. This could have been a high-scoring game if it hadn't been for both goalkeepers, bar, post, VAR decisions, and this was actually quite a very, very fun. This was a very interesting game to watch. This was not a one-sided 2-0. If anything, Saudi Arabia were the better side and they've lost. It just so happens you've got a goalkeeper who's on form in Szczesny. But Zelenski's goal goes against the run of play. Saudi Arabia have been dominating this game up to that point. But then there's the VAR decision. Yes, it's a soft decision. Yes, the contact is made. Yes, he does not make contact with the ball. It's not the softest penalty I've ever seen, but it's one of the softest at this World Cup. They changed the penalty kick taker. I don't get that, but I understand that the Polish players were deliberately time wasting to delay the penalty getting taken. That's obviously got to put nerves in the penalty taker's head. But Szczesny, I know it's not the worst penalty. It's low and hard to the goalkeeper's right. But when you do a started run up, just give the goalie the eyes and go the other way. He's gone the same way as he's given the goalie the eyes. Szczesny, athletically down low to his right, saves it. But then he saves the follow-up. Fantastic goalkeeper. I know Wojciech Szczesny got much maligned at Arsenal. He made a lot of calamitous errors at Arsenal when he was early on in his career. Now he's at Juventus. He's really come of age as a goalkeeper. He's massively improved as a goalkeeper as he's got older. Most goalies do that. But when he was at Arsenal, yeah, he was known for making a few errors and having sloppy performances. Not today. He has been outstanding today. If that penalty goes in, or the rebound for that matter, so if Saudi Arabia score that point, I don't think Poland win the game. I think Saudi Arabia would have carried on, the momentum would have swung fully, and I think Poland would have been fully on the back foot. As it is, they make it to half-time at 1-0, they're holding on. And for large periods of the second half, they are holding on. Szczesny's made some saves, there's been some last-ditch defending, they're under siege at points. But while it's still 1-0, they go up the other end and they've hit the bar. They've hit the post, so Poland are now realising they've ground out this game. They're grinding out this game. The Saudis are running out of ideas. And then the defensive mishap. Passing out from the back and starting playing from the back when you haven't got a high press on you is fine. Building that possession. But when you've got a player like Robert Lewandowski, who is a poacher, and he's loitering, don't pass it square, because he mugs the other centre-back for the ball, and the keeper obviously comes out, but he slots it past the keeper because he beats the keeper before the keeper can get there to rectify the situation. That is Saudi Arabia overplaying. That was an unnecessary play to make. Their normal passing was quick, incisive, forward. Passing sideways is a pet hate of mine. up until that point, Saudi Arabia have been so positive in their attacking intent, if not with the final outcome. But Lewandowski finally gets his goal at a World Cup. Poland did grind out the win. They used their experience that they had. They had a lot of veteran players in this lineup. I think 10 of the players in the squad were at the Euros in 2012. So this is a veteran lineup. There's experienced players, led by Lewandowski leading the line. Zelenski obviously could be a good foil today as well. And they grind out the win. They had a big wobble in this game. Saudi Arabia did themselves no harm in the way they played. So their defeat of Argentina, to me, is not a shock. With the way they played this game, they are still playing that high line as well. So when the opposition tries to get the ball and they turn over, they've already got a lot of players in attacking positions. The one risk with that is if you've got pacey players in the opposition side, the ball over the top. And Poland did do that a few times to unlock the Saudi high press. Argentina didn't do it effectively because they were constantly getting caught offside. Poland rarely caught offside because they don't necessarily have as much pace up front, but they'd obviously worked out start your run a little bit deeper and then turn the defender. So they were using movement rather than just pure pace to do the high line. But with that high line, it congested the midfield, and then the Saudis win back possession quite easily. So it's a 50-50. Yes, the high press can work and the high line can work. And with this Saudi team, it pretty much did today, if we're being honest. The 2 goals don't come from them being caught high up the pitch, which is interesting. And what Argentina tried, they got caught offside so many times. That is also can be a weakness. So in the final game against Mexico, the Mexicans may try and exploit that. Poland have obviously got to play Argentina next. Argentina have to win against Mexico. The pressure is now on the Argentinians to get a win. If they fail to beat Mexico, they're definitely out of the group. If they get a draw, it comes down to the final game against Poland. Argentina need a win, basically, to make the possibility to progress easier, because a draw still keeps them in it, but a loss, they're out. So we could see a big nation fall at the group stage before the final round of group stage fixtures. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts in the comments section below, and I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.